Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Division 3 of F1 Total. We're here for round number 3 of Season 19 at the Suzuka circuit, with qualifying just getting underway. And plenty to reflect on from the first 2 rounds, but obviously nothing happening just yet. We're only in the opening minutes of qualifying. But I believe it's, Mihai leading the standings with 41 points, Dylan on 33, D-Stream on 30. And those three looking like they'll be the most likely to keep challenging, although Lanky is there or thereabouts. He won in Austria, of course, and he is around again this week, so you never know. He's only on the 25, having not done last week. But he's not all that far behind considering he missed a race, because it's just the power of winning one.
Yeah, well, but I don't know if Lanky is really going to be a factor in the fight for the championship. He's turned up spontaneously for this one because I pinged him like 5 minutes for the race because I saw him online and I figured it's worth a try. He didn't practice whatsoever, and of course he is a reserve, so there's no expectation that he turns up for the rest of the season either. But if he does, of course he is points-wise up there, so he has something to work off if he wants to.
Yeah.
First lap of the session is coming in from Viral, who's already halfway through the S section.
Yeah, it's not expecting Lanky to sustain the championship fight unless he goes to being a main driver, but at the current moment, and based on the pace he's showed in Austria, you never know, he could be a factor in this race. As far as it takes us through through Deck 2, goes a little bit wide, keeps it legal, despite going off the tracks. He lost that little bit of time coming into the hairpin. Someone's yellow flag in the last sector. That's just one of the Ferraris going slowly, starting up. I believe that might be Mihai. I didn't see Viral lifting into the hairpin, so possibly he's... I don't know what exactly.
Can you tell when they lift?
No, it didn't sound like he lifted.
Okay, yeah, because the telemetry isn't working.
Yeah, there's no telemetry still, but it didn't sound like he lifted. And he's got quite low battery, although the super clipping starts here regardless of your battery level, as he goes into 130R, downshifts into 7th, and he can brake a lot later than the line says into this last chicane, and that's going to throw quite a few people off. Quite a few people are going to be braking when the line says, and a few others are going to be trying to overcompensate and go too late. It's a 130.8 from Viral. I think we'll be in the 29s by the end of the session. Maxi with a 31.0 to go 2 tenths behind what Viral could manage. Axton 31.9. That's an Alpine of Aussie, who does a 30.3 to go fastest by half a second for the time being. AC next car to the line is going to do a 32.9. Then the V-Carb of Scooby-Doo with a 31.4. I can't tell the difference between a Haas and Cadillac still. It's Action Rick coming into the pit lane. Peter coming around the last corner, still has an awful lot of battery, so this lap isn't going to be quite ideal. He does 32.0. Then it's the Ferraris. Dylan, 30.6 going to second place. Mihai going to be the next across the line. And he does go fastest with a 129.6, 7 tenths. Faster than anything else we've seen on the board for the time being. But D-Stream's only just started his first lap, so he'll be the most likely to, out of those who haven't gone yet, to challenge.
It's nice to see right now, actually. The yellow flag's out, but I saw it from Mihai already in the last corner. Now Daystream as well goes to the yellow flag, and the ERS doesn't get turned down to the yellow boost mode. You still get the OTEC mode. So the issue of yellow flags slowing you down qualifying has been fixed.
Yes, it's just an annoying bug that... not bug. I think it was an intended feature, but now they've changed it after feedback. So I probably act that way in real life, but then in the game the yellow flags are a lot more sensitive, and so it becomes a big problem in qualifying mainly, when drivers just... because it's very hard to get out of the way sufficiently without causing a yellow flag, and that's what the issue was. It would just be that people were losing their laps because people are trying to get out of the way, and so the options are go faster and block them, or slow down to let them through, and cost them time.
Yeah, I wouldn't say losing their laps. It was a time loss of like on a long straight, maybe a 10th or so, but of course that's an amount of time that's not nothing. But it wasn't like completely qualifying and ruining Daystream with a solid lap time, 29.8. And once again, it's the familiar two drivers in front of field, Mihai and Daystream. Yeah, with a big margin to third placed Aussie right now. We'll see if anyone can break into that gap. Still a couple of people towards the back of the grid without lap times on the board. And Aussie is not a million miles away from Daystream either, so if he can put a good improvement in, I wouldn't count him out either. And then we'll see what's going to come from Lux, Marcelio, Lanky, Action Rick and Bazooka.
Yes, Lux Apex goes third place with a 130.2 to go, half a tenth or so, a bit less than that, ahead of Aussie. It's a very solid lap and could deliver later in the session. Just one to watch out for as well, but I think it's unlikely we see these top two challenged. They seem to be pretty much a league of their own. As Axon going to be the next car across the line, he improves by 8 tenths to go into P8, a tenth behind Maxi and 2 ahead of Luke behind him. Then we have...
Right now, no one's in the lap.
Yeah. Lanky.
Maxi just finished one, but he actually invalidated it. He did a 31.8. He would have been ahead of Viral with that, but it didn't count. So now we are waiting for the next car to start one, which is going to be...
around the last corner and just starting on now. So, based on what we saw in Austria, he could be up there, but I wouldn't quite have the expectation to win it again. But it's possible.
He didn't win Austria on pace, I would say. He was solid, but not the fastest, and he hasn't practiced whatsoever for this race. So I don't expect Lanky to be in the fight for pole, for sure. And in the race, it will be a case of seeing what's possible, finding his rhythm on this track. That first sector, a 33.330. If you compare that to the current fastest lap sector 1 from Mihai, the 32.6, so he's already 7 tenths off in the first sector alone. So yeah, Lanky definitely not in the fight for pole, unless he has a major improvement on the second and third laps.
Yeah. And Dylan said he is losing 6 tenths in sector 1 as well, so there's a chance Mihai just had a very, very good sector 1, but...
I mean, that checks out. Sector 1 is by far the most important sector on this track. It's the whole S section.
Yep.
Sector 3 is just a straight, and the Casio triangles, there's nothing to really lose there.
And there it be ERS.
Sector 2, I mean, the hairpin can lose some time, and maybe through Spoon. I think Degna is still fairly easy, and obviously the rest is just flat out, so not a whole lot of time to be found anywhere else. Really, the lap is won or lost in Sector 1.
Yes, Lanky's just going to come across the line now. He does a 31.5 to go in 11th place, but he still had a lot of battery. There's definitely time in that lap if he gets the battery right next time, because he still had like 30-something% coming across the line, so that'll be a lot of time he could have gained elsewhere. And plus just finding his rhythm.
Thanks to the super clipping coming into the last corner, you actually can get away with using up more battery in the early stage of the lap, because the super clipping happens regardless, so there's not much of a point saving your battery for that last straight. You basically want to come into 130R at 0%, and then you get up to like 20% or so again on the exit of the Casio triangle, and you just would burn that once more. That I think is the fastest ERS strategy.
Yeah, I think Aussie just started a lap, but he's invalidated it at some stage. He got Viral coming around the last corner and also has an awful lot of battery. He got a bit sideways coming out of that final corner, but he improves by a bit under 3 tenths to go into P5 just ahead of Dylan. And again, there's time in that lap. He still had a lot of battery left, and that small mistake coming out of the final chicane just leaves a little bit more on the table for him. So improvements are definitely possible. You've got Dylan just starting his second lap now. You've got Luke coming through Spoon. And I think that's about. You've got AC last corner, but he's invalidated.
Scoop back to the pit lane.
Luke's a tiny bit down through the first 2 sectors, but he's recharging with the super clipping as he comes into the Casio triangle. He's going to get the car stopped for the final chicane, rotated through, and he's going to dive into pit lane, not improving.
Bazooka on his first lap of his season. So far, we haven't seen anything from him. He's been out with an injury the first few races, but he's back to fit now. So it's good to see him out on track. So far, no lap time put in with 7 minutes left on the clock, and we'll see what the pace is for Bazooka. As he comes out the Casio Triangle, using the last bit of overtake down to the line, hugging the inside wall. That's a 130.182. It's third position for Bazooka.
It's a good lap. Dylan invalidated, or not invalidated, but has backed off in quite early. I went to him at the end of Sector 1, he'd already backed off at that point. Mihai just coming to the end of Sector 1 is...
Sorry, Daystream up by 3.5 tenths in the first sector, almost 4 tenths.
Mihai's up by 1.5 as well, so these two again looking to further stretch that advantage they've got as Daystream rotates it through the hairpin, gets back, going again for the run into Spoon, where you burn quite a lot of battery, because you can recharge it all through Spoon, and then burn it all on that straight into 130R. Yeah, but it's the middle and last sectors where you see the ERS management. First sector is about how much you can get the car through those S's, and we'll see as D-Stream comes to the end of Sector 2, he's up by 0.6 of a second and really looks set to challenge Mihai, and Mihai's only up by a bit over 1/10. So as it stands, we're definitely going to see D-Stream taking that provisional pole away. He goes a little bit deep into the final chicane, but he seems to have made it through regardless. He's going to use the last little bit of the battery that he's got. Cross the line, it's a 29.0 for D-Stream to stretch that benchmark out. Mihai finds 0.2 from the last sector, but it's only a 29.2 from the Ferrari man, so it's provisional pole now, swinging the way of D-Stream. But yeah, these two are absolutely in a league of their own again, as Dylan's just going again, but it's 0.2 down in Sector 1. Dylan just can't string that Sector 1 together, and he goes on, I think he's went on Sochi Cup there, as he's just trying to push to compensate for it. Maxi's just crossed the line down on his personal best by 0.2, not improving there. Got Prost coming around the last corner. He's just starting a lap, I believe. There's a McLaren of Lux Apex.
I believe Lanky is actually... No, Lanky's 9 tenths down. Jesus, is an order on a lap? I can't find anyone.
No, it seems to... No one seems to be able to find the time in Sector 1. No one can, like, string something together that beats
Scooby's on the way.
Dylan's now invalidated as well. Alpine there, that's Luke, also not on the lap. Mihai and D-Stream obviously won't be.
I think Scooby and Lux are the only ones on laps right now.
Yeah.
And they are right the same piece of track as well. Lux only just ahead of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Coming out the section there.
We see Lux coming to the end of Sector 1, 0.2 up on their personal best, looking to jump back up into that top 3, but realistically not in the fight for pole position with how far in front those top 2 are.
As they take gone really deep at the hairpin.
Yeah,
Lux a bit down the first sector already.
Fairly nicely, heading up in towards Spoon Curve. And recharging that bit of battery through 13 and 14. You then got the straight mode coming up here, and use pretty much all the battery you've got left coming down in towards 130R. Down to single-digit figures, about 6%, and now you can see where the super clipping starts. Like almost a second up through the first 2 sectors, so maybe Lux Apex is within a chance of challenging for poles. Rotating the car through the final chicane of the Casio Triangle, using the last bits of battery. Not going to take the tight line, but improves to 29.5, and is only 0.3 off Mihai, having lost 0.2 in that final sector.
Yeah, it's a great lap by Lux. And a huge amount of time gain. As AC also gains 0.6, 32.3 is new personal best.
Yeah, I
believe both Daystream, Mihai, and Lux, well, I think they're all done. So the top 3 won't be seeing anything more of.
Yeah,
Viral is 0.2 up on the first sector.
D-Stream's up
in
the first 2 sectors. D-Stream's on the lap right now, improving after Sector 2, a bit under a 10th up, coming into the final chicane.
On used tyres.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone
very
really
deep, and that really will cost him. On the run to the line, I think he's going to bail into pit lane. Yes, he is.
Yep.
With 2 minutes 20 to go, he's not going to get out in time.
Yeah, he won't come out. But Mihai has come back out of pit lane, so we are going to see one more lap from Mihai.
We're not going to see Lux
coming
again.
Into the last corner right now. Fortunately, it won't show me the delta. I missed him going through the
bit
line.
under 0.4 through the first 2. rotates it through. It's
And it's
a
validated.
way too greedy on the inside curb, and that's Viral's lap gone. Into the pit lane he goes, and Viral is not going to be improving as he sits in P6, the champion in Season 18 of Division 3. It's not going to be no higher than 6th on the grid. Dylan might
It
have
does up by 10th.
improvement. There are a few
Petter
people,
down to the line, currently 13th. The 6th improvement to get up to 12th ahead of Scooby-Doo. 3.5 tenths in this keeps him 13th.
Lux is out of fuel, will be back into the pit lane, so everyone in the top 3, except for Mihai, is not going to be improving, and realistically, no one else is going to jump up into that top 3. So it's second at worst for the Ferrari driver, the championship leader as well. Ostley up by a 10th through Sector 1, just coming to the end, about halfway through the middle sector. We've also got the other Alpine there of Luke, who I don't know if he's actually on the lap, he's not, no. So I think it's Ossie who's going to be the next car to the line, because it's just Mihai ahead of him. And Ossie comes to the end of Sector 2, a 10th and a half up, looking to challenge Bazooka for that P4 position. Coming into the last chicane, is going to hope he doesn't get blocked by his teammate. A little bit deep, under braking for the Casio Triangle. Missed the apex a tiny bit. There's a slide on the exit. That's going to cost his exit as he runs up to the line. It's 3 tenths found. Found another 10th and a half or so in that final sector. It's a 30.0. And so now Bazooka has a target. He needs to find a bit under 2 tenths if he wants to take that P4 back. It's Dylan, 10th and a half up through Sector 1 this time. He's finally hooked it together. And we'll see whether he can string the lap.
10th and a half up in the first sector, so Mihai looking to go for that pole position with the last lap in the session.
He's going to need to find all the time. And he's just going to find that bit more time in the middle and last sectors. He said his second lap was the lap of his life. He's got to beat that.
Half a second. But he's completely out of EIS as he comes down towards the Casio Triangle. That could cost him maybe. But I did say that's the optimal strategy, I think, because the super clipping slows you down anyway. So I think Dylan's about to make his way into the top 5 here. So he goes down to the line. It's a 1 minute 30.052 P5 for Dylan.
It's 1.9 tenths from Mihai. It's just around what he needs. He needs that little bit more in the final sector. Seems to have got it through the Casio Triangle very nicely. And if he keeps it tightly inside with a decent exit, we can potentially see him challenge. He does get the pole. 2.2 tenths found over the course of the lap. It's a 129.058 to just about.
Over yet, those two cars coming around the final corner. Luke and Val at the final corner. Next car will be Lanky, I believe, who's coming to the last corner. Ever so slightly up. Bazooka up by 1.5 tenths after the middle sector, so also that fight for P4 still looking close between Ossie, Dylan and Bazooka. Lanky over the line. He is going to beat his teammate Viral. No, he loses too much time in the last sector. Bazooka around the final corner now. 1.5 tenths up after the sector. Can he seal? P4 back off Ossie. No, he can't. He doesn't improve in the end. Maxi is slowing down as he comes to the final corner, I think. And improves to a 1 minute 30.5037 position for him. Beats the 2 halves. Akusin up by 6 tenths in the middle sector, and he goes into P10. 5 thousandths behind Lanky Brown.
It's all very close in that sort of midfield pack. So there's 2 drivers with 30.5s, and then it's the 30.7s. Luke apparently was 6 tenths up, and then he ran out of fuel on his lap. Yeah, so Mihai, with its very strong pole, D-Stream just behind him, Lux Apex in pretty much no man's land between the top 2 and everyone behind. Ossie and Dylan very close with a 30.0. Then Bazooka a bit behind them. Maxi and Viral very close with 30.5s. Lanky, Akasin and Luke all very close in that 0.7, 0.8 range. And there's a big jump behind us, like Scooby, Peter and AC. Marcelio and Action Rick not getting a lap in. Is clear like packs in this field, I think. Just like different groups of people fighting each other and not... And I don't think you're going to see that much crossing of them. Well, it depends, obviously, on the chaos of the race. But
yeah, I mean, it looks like Mihai and Daystream are a step ahead of the rest of the field. Lux is sort of there or thereabouts, couple tenths behind, but then there's a big gap behind to P4 and downwards, at least based on the qualifying pace. Race could be a little bit different, of course, but I don't think it's going to be as much of a difference between race and qualifying pace as it was in the first 2 weeks at Austria and Silverstone. For example, in Austria, Lanky was the best example of it. He was on pace and qualifying nowhere, but the EAS management from him was really good, and that put him up there. But you're not going to see that too much around here, because the EAS management is much easier around here. You have a very natural recharge window. With the S section, you have the heavy braking into the hairpin, heavy braking into the Casino Triangle. You can recharge quite nicely through Spoon. And the straights are not that long either, so you really have a lot of chances to recharge that battery without needing to do as much LICO or just generally management of the battery.
Yeah, it's quite a nice one, because there's not that many straights where you can actually deploy it. And then there's lots of corners in between them.
Yeah, there's basically only the straights back to back, and those two are separated by a heavy super clipping moment, and then a heavy braking zone as well. So combine those two, you can basically be, if you come out of Spoon at 100%, you don't even have to turn the all-tick button off really. All the way from exit of Spoon to turn 1. Maybe for the exit of the Casino Triangle, but mainly so you don't spin, rather than actually need to save the battery.
It will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
I didn't actually look at tyres. What's everyone on?
I didn't check either.
Mihai
expecting one stops.
Presumably it's just.
I think it could actually be a fairly decent split between 1 and 2 stops around here. At least in Division 3, but 1 stop for sure should be the faster strategy.
I think that's decent on hards. Possibly. I was not looking.
Yeah, the whole point of Formation Lab, we just forgot. Well, yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, D-Stream is on the hards. Here we go! Fire lights! Said the drivers. It's lights out, and away we go. And Mihai does seem to have got a good launch this time. And Aussie, with a cracking one, going to go straight up the inside, possibly into the lead. Aussie from third place takes the lead in turn 1. Mihai goes off, and it's a spin in the background. That's Lux Apex who's been tagged. It's Aussie who leads. D-Stream in second place. Mihai side with him, though. As they go into the S's, Mihai's going to get a bit more grip there. Now has the inside line, and I think he's just going to get it through using those medium tyres to just that little bit more grip, and he does get himself back in front. Aussie from the second row of the grid, from third place, or maybe even fourth.
Fourth place.
Yeah, fourth. Just
and what a start
straight
to
into the lead in turn
well.
1.
Both up 4 places.
Oh, going wide there. That's Viral. We've got just too much of that inside sausage curve. Spied him out wide. And really hampered his run. There's cars off in the background. I think that's Pedro going off, and possibly Marcelio as well. As D-Stream's gone very, very wide. I think he's been tagged by Lanky, fighting for that third place. Lanky up into third. D-Stream now falling behind, possibly even behind Viral. And it's pretty much
just got that covered.
Yeah.
But a great opening up for Lanky, starting 9th, now running 3rd. That's gone very much.
There goes Mihai. Aussie made a mistake on the exit. Mihai retakes the lead. And it might just play out to be a very similar story to last week.
Yeah, if Mihai can now use this and run away with it, while Daystream is stuck behind these cars who are maybe a little bit slower than him, we will see. But maybe Aussie and Lanky can put something up against Mihai, especially Lanky. Starting on a soft compound, you would think he's going to be looking very quick in this opening stage, of course. Well, he's already gained 6th place on the first lap, so that's gone to plan. But now he has to hold on to those positions and maybe get 1 or 2 more.
Yeah,
Dylan is all over the back of Maxi in the fight for 6. Dylan, not a great start. He's down 2 places off the line and looking to make back up for it.
Yeah, it's not ideal from Dylan. You know, Mihai recovered from that first lap very well, considering what happened at turn 1, going off the track and losing a lot of places. But he made up for it, retaking the lead, coming through Spoon, and now he's going to try and just run away and get out of the chaos. D-Stream, with those hard tyres, just didn't
AC
give him the grip he wanted.
Off at Degner, and he's off into the gravel and almost into the wall.
Oh, there's someone's wing there. There's been a crash behind of Action Rick and Petter coming into a bit of contact. And Petter spinning into the... Ooh, he's just about kept that out the wall.
Now Maxi and Dylan battling for P6 there. So then comes back up the inside into Spoon. Decides better of it. The biggest loser of the start, Lux Apex. I'm not sure what happened to him.
It got tagged
starting up
too.
in 3rd place. Yeah, okay,
I think
so
it was by Bazooka. I wasn't quite... I saw him going round, there was an Audi involved. I don't know. think
Checks
he
out
got
because
tagged.
Bazooka's also down here on an 8th. Nice, hasn't lost as much luck, but auto starting needed
Yeah.
either.
D-Stream's got past
now-
Lanky. It's now side by side as well. Is
Three
Dylan
right into the
and
last
Maxi
corner.
coming to the last chicane. Dylan on the inside can't quite get what he needs. He should get the exit though, with the overtake mode as well, and does or should move past into that 6th place. But still, Maxi's gonna fight it. Doesn't have the overtake mode, but holds on with enough battery. Dylan trying to go around the outside. He's not quite going to have it. Maxi shows him the door, but
Oh, here
Dylan's
goes
still
Bazooka.
just about there, and he does get through on the exit, and through goes Bazooka as well. No, there's
Oh.
contact. Just tagged by Maxi, trying to sneak through, taking the opportunistic move. But he's just got involved in the battle, not how he wanted it to go. He wanted to just get past straight away. And now Ackerson pressuring Maxi. He goes wide through Dunlop as well, and that's loses 2 places from that.
Mental stuff in midfield here. Petter's in the pit lane, so he must have gotten wing damage on that incident that you saw in action, because Lanky gets to move on Daystream on the outside of the hairpin. Mihai at this point 2 seconds in the lead, doing exactly what he needed to, and very reminiscent of last week's race at Silverstone. Daystream losing places early, Mihai taking advantage, running away with it, it looks like. As Daystream goes back past Lanky. Of course, Daystream playing a long game here. He is on the hard compound tire. His pace will be stronger later on when he goes into the medium.
Yeah,
Also,
that's
Lanky is probably on a 2-stop.
that's the main difference from last week, I think. Because D-Stream was... Oh, there goes D-Stream straight past Ossie into 130R. With you can see the speed difference from more battery and the overtake mode compared to just the regular boost. But the main difference, I think, from
That's an
last
interesting
week
choice to
is
make
the
the
strategy
move there,
difference.
rather than wait for one more corner and get that overtake mode for next lap.
He's
That's Lanky.
still been able to
That's
hold
all
on.
overlock of Ossie.
But yeah, Lanky's just
Yeah,
not
that
using the
that
battery.
wasn't what I was concerned about, but he just gets less battery recharge for
Yeah,
this lap.
yeah.
He could have waited to go past that detection point and then pass him right after, and then he gets the increased recharge for one more lap, which is valuable tenths of lap time, which you can use to get after Mihai.
Yeah.
But I mean, seeing how much slower Ossie is, already
it
being a
right.
second back, it might have been the correct decision to just make sure he gets that move done for sure, because maybe Ossie, with the
Ooh,
recharge,
Daystream going
gets into the last corner, could have defended, and then of course Daystream loses another lap, basically.
Yeah, he just turned him too early there for Declan 2 and got on the inside curb. And he also seems to be struggling with front locking. Does D-Stream? I noticed it in
Varel
quali
is
as
looking
well.
quick. I think Varel is about to make the move on Lanky. Oh, he was into the back of him. Great catch, but still a good bit of time loss. Maybe some damage from Varel. I'm not sure. I saw something flying off, but I think it was just sparks.
Yeah, I don't see any damage. Probably just games particles.
Varel very loose on the exit of Spoon, and Lanky might be coming back at him. Around the outside into 130R. Lanky against Varel in the battle for P4. The two Haas drivers. Lanky, of course, a reserve. And Lanky gets back ahead of him. No teamwork on show here. Lux Apex continuing his comeback drive. Just goes past Maxi for P8 there. Next target in his sight is Bazooka.
Yeah, I mean, Lanky will still have more grip than Bar at this stage with the 4-lap old
Will he?
Probably.
And
don't
I
know.
think the softs are already going off.
And he's got more grip in theory. The softs aren't great, but tire wear seems to be less than last game, and then medium's
Oh,
good.
Ossie has gone off in the grass.
Yeah, that's
That's
gonna,
invited Lanky to come right underneath his rear wing.
although Lanky then just understeers in the dirty air, which is still there a bit.
Yeah, once you get to within like 3 or
there's
2
a safety
tenths-
car.
Safety car!
Pet's
What-
gone
what?
off. On the straight.
Yeah, it must be for Petter. There's nobody else
Yeah.
who's going slowly. That's
He's gone
interesting.
off on the straight. There's a 10-second for Scooby-Doo for colliding with AC. And do people pit?
The softs runners, definitely.
Yes. D-Stream surely stays out, though.
I think they all convert to a 2-stop here. You can't go to the end from here, but the tire advantage is pretty big. So I think if
It
I was
like,
in
Whether you pit depends on whether
no matter
everyone
what
else
tire
pits.
I'm on right now, I would definitely pit. To probably go into a hard if I have them available, 2 hards.
Yeah.
Otherwise, hard medium to the end from here, or medium hard, regardless. But for sure, pit under the safety car.
I mean, surely it
Maybe
depends.
there's a couple who try and gamble,
Yeah.
thinking Viral, for example, because you'd have double stack behind Lanky and lose probably a place or 2 to Dylan Bazooka. But even that might not be worth it.
Mihai got to decide. But basically, whatever Mihai does will most likely set a trend for everyone else.
Let's see, Mihai. Yeah, he's in.
Mihai's... No, he's
Oh,
out!
not.
Mihai's not
And D-Stream
pitting.
is in.
D-Stream's in. Aussie is not. Lanky's in. Viral is not. And that's the thing, the more cars
Dylan
stay
is
out, the
in.
better it is for Mihai.
Bazooka.
Dylan
Lux.
and
Yeah,
Bazooka in.
he needs more people staying out.
Lux stays out. Maxi
Maxi
in. Luke in. Ackerson
all in. Marcelio and AC will be in from the source for sure.
Yeah.
And then Scooby and Action Rig, I think, will follow them.
So D-Stream's going to be
Scooby
P5.
has to serve the penalty, so he's going to become in, yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, Action Rig, he is going to also pit, yeah.
Yeah.
So the
No,
top
he can
4 are
stay out.
staying out. That's not a lot of cars. And that is really good for D-Stream.
D-Stream would hope
'Cause
more people
now-
pitted, obviously, but... If,
Yeah,
like...
but he only has to pass 3 cars
Yeah.
to be on the back of Mihai, and then he has a 5-lap tire advantage, and that advantage will not go away for the rest of this race, really, because Mihai will also have to make his stop onto the hard tire much earlier than D-Stream will. Of course,
Yeah.
he then gets a bit of an undercut, but D-Stream will once again have a huge pace
And the undercut
advantage
won't
in
be
the second
that
stint.
much because of the tire advantage. It's not like... Yeah, when Mihai gets the under...
The undercut is very strong around here.
Yeah, it won't be as much as it
In
would be
turn,
without the tire
overcut
advantage.
is then equally strong, of course.
Yeah.
The higher the tire wear, the stronger both the under and overcut are. Normally you'd go for the undercut around here because it's rather difficult to make all things happen. But I think D-Stream is in a really, really good position. What I am interested to see, actually, we have a lot of cars pitted for hards. Lap 6, I would say on F125 is too early.
Mihai's just
Mihai's
lagged
up
back to 5th.
What?
Mihai's just lagged back to 5th.
Yeah, oh, he's lagging again.
Oh, Mihai.
Oh, that's crazy. the bad
Oh,
luck.
no. And they're not giving that back. Like, he's not getting that place back. He's lagged out and he's dropped back because when the game freezes and it stays in the state it was
Yeah,
on
he
the
must have
server.
screen freeze.
Yeah.
That's mental. Let's see, does he pit then? Still,
No.
There's still committed to staying out.
Because if
What
he...
I was saying, a lot of people on the hard tires.
Oh, Dylan's now
Dylan
gone.
is disconnected.
Is it you?
No,
Oh.
shouldn't be. Hopefully not.
And it's just
It's probably
Mihai's
Dylan.
done that and then Dylan's disconnected immediately and...
Yeah, I hope it's not. Right. As I was saying, that a lot of people on the hard tires. Third time lucky. On F125, I would say that's definitely too early to make the end. But the tire wear with these new cars is a bit lower because you just don't drive at the limit as much with this EAS system, so you can naturally have less tire wear. I think we could see some people try and make the end. I'm thinking Lanky, for example, he's one I think has good tire management. Bazooka I could see doing it. And then we'll see who else. Marcelio I think also has that in him. The guys on pad, I'm not sure which of them are pad actually, but Dylan for example comes to mind. I know he struggles with tire wear a bit. Just by being on pad you can't be as smooth and precise and nice with the tire.
Yeah.
We'll have a tough time. I'm not actually too sure what the best strategy is for those who pitted for hard, if they want to go to the end or pit again.
I feel like... I mean, it comes in probably end of this... either end of this or end of next lap, so you'd have to do like 14 laps on the hards? No, I can't count. Why?
20.
Where did I get 14 from?
Yeah.
Where did I get 14
There's
from?
not going to be another safety car running, I'd hope.
Oh, Mihai's got... Oh, no, that's Dylan lagging. He's joined back. Dylan's now been overtaken by Lanky.
I think, no, Dylan was already behind Lanky.
Was he? I don't know. He was
Yeah.
just lagging around when he rejoined.
You'll have another lap of safety car, which is good news for those trying to go to the
Yeah.
end.
But still,
Bad news
20 laps
for
on-
D-Stream, I would say.
20 laps is going to be quite difficult, though.
Yeah, I think it's just about in the realms of being possible.
And that'd be 4% a lap on hard Suzuka, which sounds doable.
Yeah, exactly. I think a driver with good tire management can pull it off, and a driver with bad tire management can't. So it's going to be maybe a 50-50 split of those who are
The
running
thing
cars
Mihai
right now.
sent about tyre wear said 5.3% a lap for hard, which...
That's Mihai tire wear, so...
Oh no,
now
that's his
take,
team.
like-
That's his team tyre wear, which It was the same one
Okay,
he
that's
sent for.
TTN tire wear. Now take like 2% off.
Well, that said you could do 26 at Silverstone on hard, so like that said 26 laps at Silverstone on hards, 3.8% a lap, and Mihai almost punctured last week.
I love that you are just completely leaking TTN race prep.
Right, it's TTN.
I know VNT tire wear numbers, but you will never hear me saying them on stream.
I don't care about leaking it. I'm not in TTN.
Yeah, it's not your problem.
No, just made up numbers actually. That's not the real tower.
Yeah, so the VNT data actually says they get 6 to 7% of tire wear per lap on the hards and the mediums and the soft, of course.
Yep.
Peta is still nowhere near the safety car, by the way. How far behind was he when it came out?
Well, he was like a long way behind, and then he crashed and broke his wing, so he had to pit and change his wing. So he was like almost a lap down.
This lap though, so we can finally get underway again.
I think he was almost a lap down. I'm sure
probably,
Mihai won't get
considering
in trouble.
taking him 3 laps to actually get into the train.
Yeah. I'm sure I won't get Mihai in trouble.
I think it should get called in now anyway. We've done 3 laps of safety car running,
Yeah.
so it won't wait for him if he doesn't make it. But he should make it. He's only 10 seconds behind now.
Yeah, safety car in this lap. So it's Aussie on the
Oh,
restart,
I didn't get a notification.
as it was on lap 1. It's Aussie leading, Viral second place, Lux Apex in third. Then D-Streamer ahead of Mihai now, because of what happened under the safety car, which is no fault of Mihai's. It's really just ruined his strategy. Because most likely he's going to be slower than the guys behind him, but it's also doing the restart. He chooses when to go. We don't actually have his data. But he goes now, lead them away. There's no boost mode until they cross the line. And Aussie used that to his advantage. And we go racing again. Lux already under pressure from D-Stream on the inside, looking to move up into that third place. There's Bazooka with the overspeed moving, just gaining a lot of ground on the straight as well. It's D-Stream into third place. Lux Apex now under pressure from Mihai. It's a big mistake from Lux. And it's Mihai up into fourth place. Bazooka up into fifth. But D-Stream and Mihai both making moves early on, and now they go chasing after the top 2. And you can see just how much more grip D-Stream has over Viral as he goes to look to make that move. He's not going to be able to do it in the Deckners. Dylan tumbling down the field, losing so much time as he rejoins. Down to 9th, maybe 10th, as he's under pressure from Luke. Marcelio goes wide as he was trying to challenge him. Goes wide. Both Degners can't get the car stopped for Degner 2 when you're in the gravel.
Oh, what a big rush! That's Maxi and the McLaren of Lux Apex. And the virtual safety car deployed. And both of them with a damaged front wing on the exit of Degner 2. In fact, Apex hasn't got a single bit of a front wing left. And it's a full core safety car back out.
And it helps those trying to go to the end. And it's not good for... It's not really great for D-Stream or Mihai. Because they're both on mediums and they have to make another stop. And it favours the one-stoppers.
Yeah, great restart from Bazooka and Lanky. Somehow Dylan is up into 7th again. Bazooka and Lanky passed like 4 cars in the first sector. Dylan spent half the lap in the grass and is still right behind him. This is unfair.
It's because everyone in front of him crashed.
Yeah, the rest of the field spent the entire lap on the grass, so Dylan basically wins by default. Let's see, is anyone going to come into the pits? Yep, Aussie is baiting off the medium, and so is Viral.
Yeah.
Daystream is staying out, Mihai is in.
Yeah.
Bazooka's back in, did he pick up damage in the restart? Otherwise, this is a very interesting...
It's an interesting call if he's back in.
Well, he is back in, he must have damage.
Well,
right?
yeah, I know, like, it's...
Yeah, wing damage. Pretty big wing damage, actually. And
Going
he goes
for
on
mediums.
to mediums.
Which probably
Maxi
are
and
making the end
Lux Apex, of
still.
course, also have to come in and change their wings.
If you put on a hard from here, you are making the end, but...
Definitely, this is pretty much the normal pit stop window.
Yeah. And by the time it comes in, it'll be
earlier,
like lap 12, and that will be pit stop window.
Yeah, it's a lap or 2 earlier than the normal...
Mihai's gone on to
pit stop
mediums.
window. So Mihai is throwing.
Mihai's on a medium.
Yep, he's throwing.
Yeah, so still
For
to
some
pit
reason.
again. Like, D-Stream's going to pit again, because he's on a medium. Luke has to pit again. AC's going to pit again. Scooby-Doo has to pit again. Petra's going to pit again. How's Petra P9?
Because everybody behind him pit.
Yeah. Mihai has to pit again.
Marcelio went off.
Bazooka
is in a bit of a pickle, because, of course, he just had to come in off the hard tires.
And
I
he's
guess
used
he
two
only had one
mediums and a hard. Yeah, so...
Yeah, he No, it's not about him having no tires left, but he's on a tire that won't make the end.
There's
and
a chance he
had to
pits
come off the hard.
Pits again. Goes back
Probably.
onto a hard.
But it's gonna, yeah, he's gonna drop him to last.
Miho just said
which is,
wrong tires.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, but notice that
Yeah,
one.
fucking obviously, Mihai. So both Mihai and Bazooka are gonna have to pit it again this lap and drop to.
D-Stream's is realistically going to have to pit again, but he doesn't have to pit again.
Yeah, but the tire's not gonna last.
He needs to pit again. He doesn't have
20
to
laps.
pit again.
Yeah.
And the same goes for a few people. Anyone on the mediums now isn't making the end. Luke has to pit again. Scooby has to pit again. Mihai has to pit again.
I can't believe we're in a position again that Lanky Brown is gonna throw out another raceman because he's in a great position for it.
Yeah. No, that's just true.
I mean,
Or we
pit stop cleared. The running order right now is Lanky, Dylan, Action Rig.
Or
Sorry, Akuzin, Action Rig, and then Marcelio.
Yep.
That's our top 5 right now. Because all the guys on mediums in the middle of these guys, Daystream, Luke, AC, Scooby-Doo, and Peta are not making the end.
Bazooka's staying out. Mihai's back in. Bazooka is not.
Okay, Bazooka maybe he's gambling for another safety car, which given how this
That's
race
what
is,
AC is
there's
doing.
2 safety cars for fairly small. Oh well, the second one wasn't a small incident, but no DNFs and still safety car. So maybe not the worst idea.
I mean, I assume that's
back
what
in.
D-Stream's going for as well.
Probably. I mean, I think he just was committed to the medium already, and he didn't want to go to all the way to the back of the field.
I mean, if he pitted, yeah, he'd be like 13th, where Aussie and Viral are.
Yeah.
If Mihai just pitted on under that first safety car, he'd be leading the race.
I don't think Aussie and Viral are in a bad position either, to be honest.
But
Fresh hearts. The problem for them is that they need to get around Scooby and Peta.
I mean, all the other guys on the hards though have done half a racing lap on them.
Yeah, I mean, Aussie and Viral basically they have to get around these slower guys quickly and make sure the gap to Lanky and Dylan doesn't open up too much. Because I think for sure Aussie and Viral are in the fight for third against Akuzin and Action Rig. And I would expect that Aussie and Viral are gonna be able to outdrive those guys. They just have to get around quite a lot of cars. Marcelio, Peta, Scooby, Action Rig, Akuzin, AC, Luke, and then they get to, I think, where they want to be, which is the fight for the win between Lanky and Dylan right now.
Yeah.
Oh, Dylan!
Almost just spun
dropped
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like going through the cars, and then I saw him ghosted. Just as you said that.
I heard his engine rev up. I was like, what are you doing?
Burning fuel.
I was like, oh my god.
Said go in this
thought he
lap.
actually fully dropped it. Should be.
It is.
I don't get the notifications.
I think that's a game bug. I've had that a few times.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah. So D-Stream's controlling the restart. D-Stream kind of wants to do what George Russell did in Monaco and just cause chaos. Honestly. He's going to...
No, I think he wants to drive away.
Yeah, but he wants chaos behind as well. Because he goes quite early and he's caught Lanky with a decent gap. And there's a decent gap behind from Dylan. And Dylan's under pressure from Luke as they head down into turn 1. But look how huge the gaps are across the field. Axon goes past AC. Believe that he's just letting him
by
through.
Aussie, and that's crucial.
Yeah. Aussie up into
Marcelio
P9,
and
got past a decent few of those medium cars. He's got Scooby up ahead of him, but not too... And he's got a decent gap to drive into first. And D-Stream got a 7/10 advantage. At the moment, obviously, if he pits, he comes out dead last. But dead last is where Mihai is. So it's not all that bad for him. And look at the gap from Lux Apex to
Viral with a
Maxi.
run into the Digna corners, around the outside of the Audi. Is he pulled it off? He sticks around the outside, he goes
Oh,
off!
he's wide.
Oh,
He's
he
going to keep it on the
rejoins.
track. He's just about kept on the track through the second deck. And we missed Aussie going past Scooby as well
I've never
while
seen
that was
that.
happening.
Anytime anyone gets on that curb, they go skateboarding straight into the gravel. That's the
Yeah.
first time I've seen someone get on that outside curb and not die.
Higher right height this game?
He must be, true. He must have very high right
I mean,
height though, for
from
that to
the setups
work.
I've seen in this game are all just higher right height.
And Mihai with a move on Peta, who's having an awful restart, down to 15th already, and now with Lux Apex right in the back of him.
Yeah.
And Aussie on the back now of Action Rig.
Aussie's
Gap ahead
making
already 3
good
seconds.
progress through this field. Aussie does still have a very decent chance. He's definitely in with a chance for the podium. That as Action Rick goes wide, Aussie going to set up the exit, and it shouldn't be a very difficult move at this stage.
Yeah,
He just used the battery. Yeah, there he goes.
Now then, he's now 3.5 seconds away from the next car, so it's quite a big layup. I mean, he has got a solid
It's
tire
9 seconds to the
advantage.
leader. And
Okay,
D-Stream
7
is
to
opening up
Lanky
that gap. He's got the pace. He just needs to push.
Viral with the move on Action Rick as well now, both Viral and Aussie. And now if they try and work together,
Yeah. But
With the,
D-Stream's just got to
all-take
push
mode.
into this gap that he's got.
oh, Bazooka around the outside of Action Rick through here, what a move! And to the inside of the second part. Amazing stuff.
It's been a good race from Bazooka, I think. And with the qualifying as well, not everything's gone his way, but I think he's put in a good showing so far, in just all evening.
Yeah, P9 doesn't do him justice for sure. Maxi now with the move on Scooby-Doo into the hairpin, and he outbreaks himself, and his teammate gets shoved off into the grass. Marcelio and Mihai slip through, and Petter as well.
And
These
Marcelio
guys
almost
gap
going
off
through
3
on
seconds
Maxi as well.
already.
They're heading into Spoon Curve. Marcelio on the inside, breaks a lot later, but he goes too deep, goes off the track, and Mihai squeezes his way through past Maxi and past the pair of them. They're almost 3 wide coming out of Spoon, but it's Mihai up into 11th from all of that, and then Scooby-Doo going past better.
Kudos to Marcelio there. That was good patience to delay the rejoin while there was 2 cars side by side on the track next to him. If he had rejoined, all 3 of them are dead.
Yeah. Vara gets past Aussie as they head through the Casio Triangle. D-Stream's got the gap out front up to 3 seconds, but still if he pits, he comes out dead last. You just need to hope this
D-Stream is
battle
doing exactly what he
continues.
needs to, but still, it's going to be such a tough race for me. He essentially needs to drive on a pit stop gap over the rest of the field to
Ooh,
get
contact! Marcelio's broken a bit of his front wing. Collided with Action Rick, who went a bit wide in turn 1 into 2, and he just understeered into him basically. And he's now
Viral is now on the back of the Williamses. AC and Akers in. Crucial that they get around quickly, Aussie and Viral here, and then
D-Stream is...
the gap to Dylan and Lanky is not insurmountable.
I think D-Stream is the fastest car on track right now, because he's opening up the gap to
Oh, definitely.
even
By
Vara
a
and
mile.
Aussie. But he's opening up that gap out front. If he gets a safety car now, or just a safety car at any point before he needs to make his stop, he is in a great position. But he's with the pace he's going, he's not making the end.
Yeah, oh, definitely. He's not going for the end. I mean, right now he's already going to come out. I think probably still last, just about.
But not
But give it a
very
few more
last.
laps, and he can definitely still get points and good points without a safety car, just because his pace is that much stronger than that of the lower midfield.
Yeah.
But the fight for the podium is not on the question for him right now. As Viral now with the run into the Casio Triangle, is he going to go up the inside? No, he sells a dummy to AC, and AC goes really deep. And Viral setting up the exit, nope, gets right into the back of him. But now with the all-take mode enabled,
all-take
now
mode,
the
there he
straight, that
goes.
should be Viral able to drive
And
past him. Let's see
Aussie
if
should be going as well, and possibly even Bazooka if he gets the right opportunity. And there goes Bazooka as well, and poor AC has just been absolutely swamped on the straight. And
Yep,
that's
3 in 1 straight.
That's what happens when you get the Casio Triangle wrong. That's how much you lose. It's now 20 seconds.
The
to get
exit
to
was
Lux Apex.
horrible, and then those guys behind him, of course, also have the advantage of all-take mode, which the difference in straight line speed in all-take and boost isn't crazy, but it is there. And then when you also have a bad exit, it compounds. As Bazooka up the inside into Degna 1, backs out. Okay, that would have been mental.
Well, they get a much better exit out of 2,
And
and
now
he's going to go...
Bazooka.
And Vira's got no battery, he's going to be boxed in as Bazooka, pushing Vira through the hairpin. He does get past Aussie still, and up into 7th place, but Bazooka's going to have to pit again.
Oh, when did Viral get a penalty?
Just coming out of Deccan 2, you didn't see it because of the thing, you don't get the messages at the top. Mihai goes past
Mihai, by the
AC
way.
through Spoon, moving up into P9. He's still with a decent chance of a podium. He's probably out of the fight for the win, but...
I don't think he is.
And he's 10 seconds behind Lanky.
I mean, Dylan and Lanky actually, the gap to the chasing hard runners is higher than I thought it was. Luke and Akazin are quite far away, especially Akazin from Dylan and Lanky.
Yeah.
So it's looking likely at this point that it's going to be one of Dylan or Lanky if they make the end.
They should.
Yeah, the second safety car I think really helped them.
Yeah.
And Dylan is looking very patient. He's just driving right behind Lanky, looks like, so he's not in any rush to get that move.
Like Dylan being on pad might hurt him, but we'll see. D-Stream still...
I don't know if Lanky has a wheel.
I don't know. Obviously, Dylan's on pad.
It's not purely a pad thing, because Mia is on a wheel, but he's absolutely god-awful at tire management.
Like, yeah, pad doesn't help, but you can be bad at tire management on a wheel. If you just
Aussie with a bad exit out of Dunlop curve, and Mihai looking up the inside into the Decknard curves, but that is not a place you want to go for.
Oh, Dylan got past Lanky. Into the hairpin. Lanky goes straight back through. Dylan just braking too late. Did he mean to do that? As AC gets another 3 seconds, and that, it just helps D-Stream just opening up that gap. He's got 22 seconds down to Marcelio now, so that'll probably be around where he would come out if he were to pit.
Aussie and Mihai side by side. Mihai completely out of EIS, and Aussie turns the fence into attack, goes up the inside of Bazooka, and decides better of it.
Yeah, backs out, lets Bazooka
lost
a little bit wide.
1 second range to Rivalet. I think the mediums are already showing signs of wear. Big wobble for Aussie there. As Maxi's gotten past AC, back into the top 10.
And D-Stream's got to pit soon. He's already used one hard and one medium. He's lapping pretty much at his fastest lap every lap with a 31.9.
Yeah, D-Stream is lapping amazing pace right now, and that's what he needs to do. If we look at the up to leader right now, I would imagine he comes up between AC and Marcelio.
Yeah.
So just outside the points, and then he can probably get himself back into the top 5. Especially because
he would
Luke
have
and
very good
Bazooka
pace.
and AC are all also going to have to pit.
He would be very fast on those
he'll get
tires
back.
he comes out on. Yeah, but both
the
Dylan and
gap
Lanky.
to Dylan and Lanky is not nearly big enough to overcome a pit stop window.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be winning anything.
But both Dylan and Lanky have put a lot of battery into this battle. And Dylan's on 8%, Lanky's on 40. Dylan goes wide there at Declan 2, or Declan 1, sorry, probably picking up a warning for his troubles. D-Stream's getting close to having the gap. Oh, it's a big send from Lanky at the inside. Off Dylan, he goes too deep, runs it on the exit. Vire goes around. On the exit of Declan 2, he's just stuck there, facing the wrong way. He's going to be careful to... Oh, he's just retired, okay. He's just had enough. Called it a day.
Yes, well, that was looking like a good race for Viral up until then, but just dropping it on traction, as Dylan has gapped Lanky by over a second, got him out of that all-take mode range.
Yeah, but Dylan has no battery. If Lanky can use his well, he should.
Yeah, no, Lanky drives right back into it,
Yep. Dylan used all of his battery trying to get that gap, and then the gap went away. D-Stream is in!
Into the pit lane.
D-Stream in from the lead of the race. We'll see where he comes out. He'll probably be in between Maxi and AC at this point with the 24-second gap to the V-Cub. And it's the race lead for Dylan. Lanky into second place. Luke comes in, which is...
P3 for Akasin for the moment, but I think Aussie's going to have something to say about that, although Akasin, of course, got the all-take mode still.
Yeah.
Of Luke, and that means he is able to defend from Aussie.
Akasin will just about hold on.
Up at 7.5 seconds, they are definitely gone.
Mihai's dropped off this train.
His battery has been a struggle. Oh, he's got big damage.
Does he? Oh yeah, he's missing an end plate.
Oh, see. Almost completely around there in the middle of the S-section. Bazooka gives him a little love tap as he can't react just in time, but I think Bazooka already got damage there. And yeah, Mihai is missing the entire right side of his front wing, basically. He's just got the front plank left over. He's still going.
Probably still get a podium.
And D-Stream has come out in P8.
He can get a podium.
If you have a look, he will get a podium. It's only 5 seconds to the podium, and he has a tire advantage of 7 to 8 laps over the guys who pitted on the second safety car, and even more.
And is probably going to breeze past Maxi here. Aussie now takes that podium place for the time being.
Maxi with a solid defense there, holds on at least into Spoon.
Yeah, but the grip difference is going to be crazy. He's just going to breeze past in the exit, surely.
You would think so, yeah.
Although he doesn't have the O-Tech mode, which is going to hurt him a little bit. Maybe he'll just wait until the last chicane. Although I think he's going to go for the move here into 130. Yeah, he's going to take the outside line. It can be difficult to make it work, but he does go straight around the outside. There's a little bit of wheel banging, but nothing. Too severe. Maxi sends it up the inside. There's contact, but D-Stream holds on. Neither of them lose too much time. And D-Stream is just going to accelerate away. Maxi's not going to be able to hold that place, and he's going to be looking for a P8. Bazooka's going to have to pit, so...
And yeah, that move from Maxi was definitely naughty. I can only assume he missed his braking point, because there's no way he thought that move was on.
Yeah.
And D-Stream, of course, now absolutely flying towards Mihai. with wing damage is crawling around the track here, and he'll be, I think, aiming to stay ahead of Marcelio realistically. Maxi and Daystream will have him rather easily. And then the gap to Bazooka, Akazen and Aussie is not that far. Daystream with a great chance of a podium.
Oh, he's bumped Mihai around! And Mihai's in the wall, he's out!
And it's a virtual safety car deployed, and Mihai will not be happy with that. Full course safety car deployed. After the collision between Daystream and Mihai going around.
Oh yeah, the safety car's bugging, it's just not showing on the track. And that's big for the championship.
Race upside down, what looked like a certain win for Dylan or Lanky. It's all open again.
They can both pit.
Everyone has the opportunity to make a pit stop.
Yeah.
Now the question is, who has a fresh tire left, and ideally a fresh medium? It's
Daystream
too
will
long
stay
for a
out.
soft and too short for a hard. Like, you definitely want a medium.
Daystream's going to stay out, and he's not going to take the race lead, but he's going to be like
he might.
15 seconds on the safety car. He probably you can go because I'd say it's about 10 seconds.
You can take the piss on Delta a bit.
Yeah.
And then slow down after. And the entire top 5 are in.
Yep.
Let's see if Daystream is in.
He's no way.
Like you said, one lap out hard would make no sense to be in. He's slowing down.
He's on brand new hards, and now he goes.
Let's see, Lanky and
Yeah,
Dylan are coming out the pit lane just now, and he will be in the lead of the race. Maxi stayed out, and he will
Dylan's
come
on 5
out.
lap old mediums.
Oh, I think Maxi came up behind Dylan.
He's just
Or
ahead.
just in front.
No, you're giving it back.
Just behind him. Yep.
Yeah.
And Dylan, he didn't have fresh mediums left, it looks like.
He went on to scrub mediums rather than new hards, seemingly.
Yeah, Dylan had medium, hard, medium, so he must have had a second hard rather than a second medium. I would definitely have gone for a fresh hard rather than a 5-level medium.
Yeah.
And I think Lanky is now in a great position to win this race. So is Daystream. Bazooka on the softs going aggressive. Same for Marcelio and Action Rig. Lux Apex stayed out on the old hards, 10 lap old. He'll have a tough time holding on to the points paying positions. The penalties for AC, Scooby and Petter could be an important factor there after the safety car restart.
Yeah, Maxi's come in between Dylan and Lanky, so Dylan was given that place, seemingly.
Oh, Petter's out.
Yeah, he just retired in the pits.
Under safety car, that's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, he just didn't see any points coming his way, I guess. Oh, AC's now. Everyone's getting mad at Mihai for retiring and not knowing how he retired. So, Daystream is in the lead of the race. He's had the best pace comfortably in this, but there's probably a penalty coming his way.
I would imagine so. I mean, of course, Mihai was moving slowly because of the big wing damage, but
It wasn't erratic.
Mihai was not moving erratically.
Yeah.
Mihai was just driving slowly, and it's on the driver behind to not just drive into. If Mihai was, I don't know, slowing down in a weird place or was defending maybe even with the wing damage, but no, he was just driving his line.
Yeah.
So I think there's definitely gonna be something coming towards Daystream there.
And so he needs to
And I think
open up that
Daystream will
penalty
know
gap.
it as well. He did just drive into him. It's fairly slam dunk, unfortunately for him.
Yeah.
Bazooka and Lux in the pit lane.
Interesting.
Wing change to Bazooka. He must have driven into
They-
someone
they
on the safety
crashed
car,
on
or maybe he
safety
had
car.
wing damage already and he didn't fix it on the first stop. And both of them also wing change for Lux, and they are both onto fresh softs. Are you still there? Can't hear you.
I just wasn't talking for a second.
Okay, good.
Yeah, now it's
I got
over.
worried there.
I was just looking at the stream chat, and
Oh, what's that to look at in the stream chat?
Kevin Cal40.
Oh no. Joe McGivern.
Yeah,
Dylan's brother
Dylan's
is
dad
in here.
complaining about the standings.
Oh, is it his dad?
Dylan's dad complaining about the standings, and the things you find when you look at the stream chat on the
Wait,
safety car.
are the standings aren't wrong, are they?
I don't think
Did you
they
read them
are.
out wrong?
No, because
Wait, no, they are wrong.
are they wrong? Has Mihai done the
No,
standing
no, they're
form?
not. They're not. They're not. I can't do math either. They are correct.
Yeah. He's saying Dylan should be on 41, but Dylan got 18. Dylan got second and third. That's right. Dylan has a new set of mediums, and it's put him on used.
Amazing game.
Oh.
That's called Monsters for you.
Yep. So Dylan's basically got no chance of winning this race. I think the same guy's in this lap. I was tapped out. Yeah. Same guy's in.
Dylan is cooked, and so is Maxi.
Yeah, Dylan and Maxi are going to be slow.
This is gonna be Daystream or Lanky.
Yep. And possibly Aussie on the podium. So Safeguard in this lap. D-Stream wants to go as quickly as he can. He needs to open up that gap.
Dylan.
And off he goes. Dylan struggling with the traction with those odd tyres. He's going to be under pressure. He's not going to be under pressure for a while until
great
Lanky
restart
gets
by
there.
Lanky, and
There
Maxi
goes
has fallen
Lanky
asleep.
breezing past Maxi into turn 1. And now, how much time is he going to lose behind the Dylan ahead of him on 5-lap-old mediums when they were put on? And then 7 laps now, but only 5 of them were racing.
I don't think Maxi got the memo about the new battery system. He just didn't press the Baltic button whatsoever on the straight, and that's a free Baltic for Lanky. And now Lanky needs to
He's
try
already
and
on the
get
back
around
of Dylan. He's got to go
as quickly as he
quickly.
can, because Dylan will struggle to stay with Daystream, as Dylan has also driven the grass on his own. Although Dylan actually looking faster than I thought he would.
Yeah, he's not
It
slow.
might not be over.
The Scooby
Scooby-Doo's
crashed.
out.
The Degna 2, Scooby's out of crash. D-Stream now under pressure from Dylan, possibly struggling to get those hard tyres turned on. And actually, Dylan is really pressuring him. He's used a lot of battery to get to this point, and will struggle in a little, in a short
Aussie and
while's
Maxi
time.
both off.
Also, he
penalty
gets a
to
3
Aussie
second
for
time
tracking
bounty for his little adventure off the circuit, and that's going to cost him
Following
in the
China
long
there,
term.
fucking hell. Well, Daystream and
Oh.
Dylan both rather low on battery. Lanky has a bit more left. And a tyre advantage in favour of Lanky as well as we come into the last couple of laps. Lanky in a great spot. I think we rolled off Dylan too early. It's a 3-way fight for the win.
Yeah, it's interesting because of those tyres, you'd think he'd be a lot further back, but
Yeah, but now that he has the Baltic button available to him, the tyre difference will not play as much of a factor. Once you're in that 1 second range, it's rather easy to stay in it. Pace difference is not as important when you are close to each other. I think we saw that especially around Silverstone, but the trains that formed. It was so easy to stay with people, and then once you get that 1 second gap to someone, you notice how much you're suddenly driving away.
yeah, I think D-Stream's not going to like this because he's got to get that gap, and at the moment he can't.
He won't.
Yeah.
You have one chance really. That opening lap when the Baltic is not available to the drivers behind. But as soon as it's available, I mean, they have more straight line speed outright, and they have more recharge. So they literally just have more on every straight. And they gain so much time from that unless you have a tire advantage of like over a second a lap really.
And it should be
You're
quite
not
a
gonna
big
do
tire
anything.
advantage, but it's basically brand new hards compared to quite old mediums, but Dylan's hanging on with them.
Yeah, because D-Stream is 5 lap on hards. I think 4 of those are safety car. Dylan has, I think, of those 8 laps, I think 5 are race laps.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot more wear on that tire for sure. And you can tell he's struggling to stay right up underneath Daystream's rear wing, but he's staying in the 1 second range. And that's all he needs to do to give him a great chance of defending from Lanky, which I think might actually be quite helpful for Daystream right now. Because Dylan is not rolling over easily, and Lanky's gonna have to force this move somewhere.
Yeah, but the issue is that even if D-Stream comes home P1 on track, you kind of just know that.
That's a great point. I actually forgot.
Yeah. That's what I was
And,
even saying.
As
D-Stream
long
needs
as
to run
Dylan
away.
stays in that
but-
1 second range and can continue to defend from Lanky, he has a race win. Definitely possible, even if he can't pass D-Stream.
Yeah, he doesn't
I
need to
think
pass
that's going
D-Stream.
to be quite difficult.
He just needs to stay
Problem
close
for
to
Dylan
him.
is the battery is empty.
Yeah. And
So
Lanky's
this
is on
could
70.
be Lanky's chance.
Yeah, if
The
Lanky
problem
wants
is
to go
that
for it, he got to do it
Lanky
now.
needs to know that Dylan is vulnerable. I don't know if he does. If he's listening, he will know.
Yeah, but I mean, personally, I can never listen to the stream while I'm
Yeah,
racing. It's just too
I
much.
hate. I could never.
If you
But
could,
yeah, I mean,
like,
Dylan is on 11, Lanky is on 15.
Yeah.
And Dylan is now out
I
of
think
the
he'll
range
tell
to
from the
D-Stream.
gaps. And the speed.
Yeah, the Daystream has gapped Dylan. So now, if Lanky wants this race win, without having to rely on the penalty that is probably going to come for Daystream, but still, you don't want to rely on it, I would say.
No.
Lanky needs to make that move on Dylan, ideally down towards turn 1, get the overtake button for that lap, and then get back into the 1 second range of Daystream and, yeah, initiate a fight into the last 3 laps of the race.
Yeah, it
and he
looks...
will almost definitely get Dylan here.
It looks set
He's
that
just
Daystream's going
behind
to take it on track. He sets the first lap of the race as well with a
Dylan
131.5.
is empty, and here comes Lanky.
Is he going to be close enough? He's going to have to be
through
through the corner in turn 1. And Dylan's just about going to hold on the outside there, wheel to wheel. Coming through 2. Dylan's just about clinging on the outside. And he gets it. Is the inside into the S's. And Dylan's just about managed to cling on. It was always looking unlikely when Lanky didn't gain enough. It was going to be through the corner. And it's so difficult to make that work through the actual corner. And now the gap has opened up to 2.5 seconds from Daystream. So it's still on.
Yeah, he's already halfway to building a potential 5-second lead, if we're saying 5 seconds. If we're only saying 3, he's already there.
Yeah, Lanky
So
up the inside of Dylan is
has caught
possibly
Dylan
going to get that
napping.
move. Dylan won't have the exit required with those old tyres, and now Lanky can use that overtake to run away and try to close down that gap.
Recharge through Spoon, then dump a bit of battery down here, and he needs to make sure he stays ahead in turn 1.
Yeah.
Because if Dylan gets back ahead, they will lose quite a bit of time, because Dylan is not looking as quick as Lanky is on his
Although
old
Lanky's
tires.
burnt a lot of his battery, Dylan's still got a decent bit, but with how far behind he is, he's not realistically going to make a move unless Lanky makes a mistake into turn 1. But now Lanky's going to lose that overtake mode, and he's lost time to Daystream on this lap regardless. So 2.8 or 2.6 is going to be the gap as they come to the end of this lap. Lanky is out of battery, but Dylan doesn't seem to have quite enough to gain on them. He's going to be, yeah, still half a second or so behind as they come into turn 1. But Lanky's battery is just helping Daystream further. The gap's now 3 seconds from Daystream down to Lanky in P2. 3.2 as they come through the S's. Dylan's had a trip through the grass at some stage through those S's. He got grass on his front right tyre.
Oh, Dylan is off! Understeering at the exit of Dunlop, and Aussie says thank you very much for that free position, moves up into the podium spots. But of course, Aussie with a 3-second time penalty hanging over his head will drop back behind Dylan, if Dylan manages to stay with him.
Yeah, Aussie's got the overtake
Now,
for the time being, so he can, hopefully for him, pull away on this lap through the last
there's also
sector.
an almighty battle, by the way, happening for P7, 8 and 9 that we've completely ignored between Luke, Bazooka and Marcelio. They've
And
been very
not that
focused
far
in the front
behind
of the
Maxi
field.
either.
Yeah, they're looking... and they've been side by side pretty much every corner for the last couple of laps. Daystream has now a 3.5 second lead over Lanky and is gaining.
I don't think he's going to stretch that to 5 though.
Yeah, I
Although
think...
you never know, he gained about a second
might.
this lap. It's now up to 4. He might stretch it to 5. And
He has
Aussie's
a
not
lot
that
of
far
VIS as well,
behind.
does Daystream.
Aussie's not that far behind Lanky either. So Lanky could
Aussie
be...
is not in the 1 second range and he has a penalty. So
Yeah.
for sure it will be Daystream P1, Lanky P2 on the day. And then the question is, how much of a penalty does Daystream get for that incident with Mihai?
if any.
And then Lanky could get that race win handed to him in the stewards room.
But it's 4.2 at the moment. It is the final lap now. Daystream's got to just pray he can get that gap even higher. He's gaining a lot through the S's. It's up to 4.4 or thereabouts. And really, it's just Daystream got to keep going as fast as he can and hope that whatever he pulls off today is enough. And it's going to be a little bit bittersweet when he crosses the line, because he's going to cross the line first, but he can't celebrate just yet. He's got to wait, see what the stewards say, and then maybe he can start celebrating again
Yeah,
in a
needs
day or
5,
two's
I
time.
would say, at least. I mean, based on what I saw from the incident, it's happened really quickly. I don't think
Yeah.
it'll be just 3. Of course, if it was just 3, he would keep the win, as Maxi has gotten past Akazin on 10 lap all the tires.
Oh, it's 4.8. Lanky has lost time in that in that middle sector, so it's not over yet, as Daystream's going to take us into the Casio Triangle for the final time. He's shown mega pace in this race, and honestly does deserve very well to come home P1. We don't know if he's going to keep it, though. D-Stream's going to cross the line. He gets the fastest lap on the final lap. He's going to win by about 5.1, so it might just be enough in the stewards room. 5.2 the final gap. Dylan's going to come home P3. Lanky P2 on the road. Maybe, if things go his way, he can see another victory. Dylan third on the road. Or Dylan fourth on the road. Takes it after Ossie's 3 second. Maxi's in 5th place. Axon 6th. Luke 7th. Bazooka, Marcelio, and Action Rick rounding off the points. And Lux Apex unlucky not to score, really, after the pace shown in qualifying. But such is the game. The lap 1 instant really just ruined Lux Apex's race.
Yeah, he never really got to recover from that. He was looking very good in qualifying, and I think his race pace was also not bad whatsoever. Just once you're stuck in that midfield group, you have to get a lot of luck, and also you have to execute quite well to get around them and get yourself back up to those front-running positions. And D-Stream prioritized track position for most of the race, which worked out in his favor quite nicely. He has that gap over 5 seconds, and I would say based on gut feeling, 5 seconds feels like the penalty it's going to be.
Yeah. Can't really
I don't
see
think it'll be
higher.
10.
I don't...
So I reckon D-Stream has won this.
Yeah. And even if he doesn't, he still gains points on Mihai. Like, it's still a net gain that he crashed into Mihai for the championship. But
it's a cynical way to say it, but yeah, also a fast lap of the race for D-Stream, so a bonus point coming his way.
yeah, Mihai viral, Petra and Scooby-Doo the 4 to retire. AC did as well, but he's still classified. It's 26 points provisionally going the way of D-Stream, and that would propel him into the lead of the championship by quite a way as well. With Dylan coming home third is going to be on 46, he'll be on 56, so he's going to have a 10-point advantage in the championship as things stand. But we'll have to wait and see for what the final standings are, and that's why the standings are only posted once the stewards have come to their verdicts. But it's quite an entertaining race in the end.
Yeah, very much so, and I would say I'm looking forward to tomorrow, but I won't be there tomorrow. You'll be, right?
Maybe, hopefully. I'm not quite sure.
Oh,
Probably.
Well, for sure, though, tomorrow will be streamed.
Yeah.
Skoloin is going to be there, and I think Cole said he would do it if you don't.
Yep.
So we are going to have one and very, very likely 2 commentators for tomorrow. I am unavailable for this week, so you will not see me, or you will see me on Saturday, if that is streamed for once. But you will hear from me next week.
Yeah, and I won't be there next week because I'm on holiday. For next...
Ah, so you get to hear a lot from me next week, because I'll be the commentator in charge for the... what track is next week? I don't know my calendar. Saudi!
Oh, I'm missing Saudi, that's sad. Am I missing the next 2 Division 3 races? No, just one.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now is a break week, so...
Oh, okay. I wouldn't... So I'm back for the break week. Helpful.
Yeah, the break week during the World Cup semi-final, 3rd place game and final, because all of them pretty much clash with one of the divisions, so rather than trying to move all the times around, we just say break week.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which, makes it easier, and I think a break week isn't the worst thing in the world, especially after 4 rounds early into a game. We also have a nice opportunity. During that break week, we're going to be doing a bit of a grid review of Division 3 and Division 2, assessing maybe who is too fast for that division, and also people from Division 1 and 2 who might want to move down. We'll see if that's possible, if they fit into that lower division on pace. No.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to next week, for sure.
Yeah.
The last race for the break week.
And Saudi's always one of those races. It should be interesting. It's all about the commitment, and it should be quite important for battery. Because you've got 3 straights in quick succession with no real corners between them. Oh, 4 straights even. No,
yeah,
3.
Saudi is another track where I think battery is an absolute war crime, so...
Yep. And you recharged all in Sector 1 though, so it's not the worst.
Not really, because Sector 1 is flat.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So when you are full throttle,
On
the battery
25
doesn't
you
recharge.
recharge it all in Sector 1.
I guess you could run at half throttle,
Yeah, like 80%
but it's gonna
throttle.
be so much slower.
Yeah, I don't know how to do battery
With all the blind corners, the Lyco is gonna be. Oh no!
Oh, I
no.
wish I was there. I wish I was there next week, but unfortunately I
Oh
won't.
no! I might skip Division 1, or I have to make sure I'm in P1. I don't want to be behind anyone.
Yeah.
That's not gonna be fun. For the drivers. For us.
Yeah,
In the commentary box
I don't have
on
to.
Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm gonna have a lot of fun on.
Yeah,
Sure.
I don't have to drive it, but I also don't get to commentate it, so it goes both ways. But
you
yeah,
can
that's
watch
next
it.
week. Tomorrow night, Division 2, I might be there, maybe, hopefully, possibly. Who knows? And Division 1 on Saturday. Elite Division is dead.
Yeah, I think as of right now, Division 1 won't be streamed because Gabriel's not there, and we don't have anyone else for it. But we'll see if we find someone.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was a fun race, and congrats to D-Stream if he keeps it. Congrats to Lanky and Aussie rounding off the podium.
No, Dylan.
Oh, yeah, it was Aussie third on the... Yeah, in my head it was Dylan that was third on the road and got the penalty. And Dylan rounding off the podium, Aussie third on the road, lost it
Congrats
to
to
the...
Aussie. P4 fraud.
Yeah. Yeah, but I had a fun race. Enjoyed it, and hopefully tomorrow and next week are just as fun. But unless there's anything more to say, I think that is all we have to do tonight.
No, I'm all done. Thank you for being here, and thank you to the viewers tuning in. Good night.